DMX tried to warn us. DMX was speaking out against the industry a long time ago. Check this out.
Yo, pops out of it. It was a blessing and a curse. They were sure it happened. Like, the time first, they were on the Benjamin and the chick brought, so they knew Jiggy and put them in suits and made them write lyrics for him and took all their publishing. Like, damn.
You got issues with the industry. What's going down with the industry, dog?
He's full of a bunch of bending over the desk there, straight up like that. Whoever don't like it, bring it. Bring it. I don't give a bring it.
New information is surfacing, and it's pointing straight at hip-hop royalty Jay-Z and Diddy. The feds have dropped a bombshell that could blow the lid off the rap game, claiming these moguls didn't just play dirty, they played deadly. The whispers about DMX's tragic death weren't just rumors. After all, there were powerful forces at play, and they may have gone to extreme lengths to silence him for good. DMX had been exposing the industry's secrets for years, calling out the shady moves and backroom deals. But as it turns out, he was sitting on receipts that could have shattered some of the biggest names in the game. Diddy's arrest just blew the whole game wide open. The second those cuffs clicked, it was like a Pandora's box of industry secrets burst open, and now all the skeletons are tumbling out. His connections run way deeper than anyone thought, and it's dragging some of the biggest names into the spotlight, people who always managed to stay clean, at least on the surface. The truth is finally spilling, and it's everything some voices warned us about. DMX wasn't just another rapper dropping bars. He was an icon who spoke truth to power and didn't hold back when it came to calling out the shady practices in the music biz. And when it came to big names like Diddy and Jay-Z, DMX wasn't afraid to put them on blast.
I'm in the industry and you moving her. I'm not an industry artist. I'm an artist in the industry. So I do what the fuck I want, because nobody can finish me.
Let's get into the meat of it. These federal documents hint at DMX having some serious dirt on the industry's biggest players. Think secrets that could have blown the whole system wide open. The industry wanted dead or alive new artists to sell their souls in way they survive. The industry don't give a about you, but the industry could make a deal without you. Word is DMX had collected evidence that might have exposed illegal activities, exploitation, and even connections to law enforcement. And this wasn't just about business disagreements, it was about life or death secrets. Rumor has it X wasn't here for Diddy's hustle. According to him, Diddy was treating his artists like pawns, controlling every move they made, all while cashing in. DMX even accused him of taking a slice of his artists' checks, forcing them into those clean-cut suits, and pulling the strings on ghostwritten bars. Sounds like Diddy wasn't just producing tracks, but orchestrating careers, and not in a good way.
So they put them in suits and made them write lyrics for him and took all their publishing and raped them. Like, damn. I'm glad I didn't, we did that. We was like, so we was big ass time. Or deep, like, yo.
But Diddy wasn't the only one on DMX's radar. Enter Jay-Z. Was already a legend by the time X started popping off, but things between them were never smooth. The streets whispered that DMX thought Jay was playing dirty, shutting down his chances in the rap game, like he was scared of the competition. But DMX wasn't the kind to fake it, and word on the street was that X didn't entirely trust Jay. He saw him less like a brother in the game, and more like a rival trying to keep him in check. Let's rewind to when DMX was running the game from 98 to 03. X dropped 5 fire albums with Def Jam, then Jay-Z stepped in as the president of the label, and suddenly the vibes switched up. DMX started sounding the alarm, saying Jay was putting up roadblocks, messing with the release of his SI album Year of the Dog again.
What happened was, like I said, I had a crazy track record that day, and it was good. I was in the 6th album. And, somebody else. Yeah. When we first got the job, he gave me a call like, yo, dog, that makes us run the goes. Like, yo, you good? Finished the album, shoot the video. What happened? He's on vacation. We don't know. You don't know. How do you listen to a whole album, pick a single, shoot a video? They don't know.
Jay was supposed to be retiring, but then had a change of heart. Instead of letting X shine, Jay seemed to be making moves to clear the field and pave the way for his own big return. It was a chess move, and DMX saw it coming from a mile away. Things only got messier from there. DMX dipped out of Def Jam and signed with Columbia Records, refusing to play Jay's game. CX wasn't about to be another industry pup. He had already peeped the way these labels squeezed their artists, both literally and financially, and he wasn't about to bend to Jay's industry moves. However, Jay-Z's ties ran deep, especially with people like Lear Cohen and La Reid. These aren't just names in the music world. These are the power players who helped shape the industry, but Jay's loyalty to the people who helped build his empire, that's where things got murky. His relationship with Dame Dash, who co-founded Rockefeller with him, was a prime example. When the corporate bigwigs came calling, Jay seemed to switch sides, leaving Dame in the dust. In 2021, things got heated when Dame tried to sell his share of Rockefeller, accusing Jay of trying to lowball him. Dame didn't hold back, saying Jay was playing both sides, acting like a friend while moving in on his stake. And now here's where it all comes together. People are speculating that Jay, with help from his industry mentor Lar Cohen, might have had a hand in pushing DMX out of the game permanently. It's not just about business deals and label drama, it's about the possibility that X was taken out because he was a threat.
I was going to cook the money. I never told him. I later found out that he laced the back. How did he do that?
And when it came time to speak at DMX's funeral, the words Lear chose left a lot of people feeling uneasy.
Nice. And so the race against time was that we all know X is a gremlin and reckless and looking for a wall to crash into. X, if you listen to X, if you see X, this is his death is no surprise. If you listen to and you watched who and what X.
Calling X a gremlin at his own memorial was more than a poor choice of words. It was a blatant disrespect that showed just how far industry politics can stretch, even in moments that are supposed to be about paying homage. Cohen has a reputation for playing both sides, profit off the culture while erasing its history.
Def Jam executive Lear Cohen is under fire for some of the statements that he made in an audio message for DMX's memorial.
So understandably, Dame didn't mince words when he called Cohen a culture vulture. He's a culture vulture. I made the term up just for him. You know what I mean. Did you hear what he said about you on Charlemagne years ago? Yeah. I've been punishing him for that. You know, I benched him. He used to be in the music business. So now you know he has to sit. You talking about this one here. He accused Cohen of pulling divide and conquer tactics, pitting black artists against each other while making money off their struggles. And Dame didn't stop there. He laid it all out, saying Lear would tear down the real voices in the community just to keep himself on top. When you peel back the layers, whispers about Jay-Z's ties to people like Cohen start to sound more like the real deal. DMX had long been sounding off about how the music industry was shady, especially calling out big-time execs and rappers bending over backwards to keep their labels happy. X wasn't afraid to expose the truth behind the glamour. He said it plain, the game was dirty, and not everyone was playing fair. And they sucking the record label executive dicks. And it's like there's too much of that going on, you know. Let me be me, let me be the artist that I am, and just play my mother music. I mean, exactly. Now they want you all up under this, you know, sitting at the going to dinner with him, and like that, and you know. But was it just business rivalry, or was there a bigger plot to keep DMX from speaking his truth? Now Irv Gotti added even more fuel to the fire with his explosive allegations. He didn't just suggest that Jay-Z was envious of DMX, he claimed that both Jay and Diddy played a part in framing him to the feds. According to Gotti, they'd allegedly snitched on him to sabotage plans for an all-Blackhound music distribution network, a real threat to the traditional music biz. This wasn't just some petty beef, this was about shutting down a major power move for black artists before it even got off the ground. And if these allegations are true, it wasn't just Jay and Diddy in the background. Their mentors, guys like Cohen and Reed, may have been pulling the strings. As for DMX, he was always one to call out the industry's hypocrisy. When Jay-Z took over as president of Def Jam, DMX felt the shift immediately. He had dropped 5 chart-topping albums. But suddenly things got complicated. Jay-Z, who had once been a peer in the rap game, was now in a position of power. And X wasn't convinced he had the best intentions. The real question is, what did DMX know, and why would someone want to keep him quiet? Some say DMX had the kind of intel that could expose how the music industry really operated behind the scenes. Think exploitation, corruption, and shady deals. There's even talk that he had proof of artists being manipulated and controlled, with some executives pulling strings like puppet masters. If X was about to spill the tea on the music industry's dirtiest secrets, who else might have been in danger? Jay-Z has been working hard to try and rewrite the narrative, painting his relationship with DMX as a brotherly bond that had its ups and downs. About the industry the people ignore, so at no surprise somebody from the industry wanted him dead. And if you are an artist, producer, stay independent, work on your craft, let your music do the talking. These labels don't own but the ones in the game have to keep hush. It sounds wild, our thoughts in the comments. And if you think DMX was onto something, keep that conversation going. The truth has a way of coming out. And what's done in the dark doesn't stay hidden forever. And thanks for watching my video.